So what should you do if you get caught in the grip of a rip? Wyatt Warnath from the American Lifeguard Association joins us right now. Wyatt, what should we be looking for or asking when we go to those beaches this weekend, first to identify the danger?
Oh, great. Thanks for having us. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Absolutely good question. Number one is always swim near a lifeguard. Number two, we want people to get more involved in supervision. We want a water watcher. If you go to the beach and you have a large crowd, much like a designated driver, appoint someone to be non-distracted and watch the swimmers. As well as that, you also want to watch the Weather Channel and see what the weather's going to be like.
Hey, what kind of weather is conducive for producing rip currents? What would we be looking for in the atmosphere that would tell us what would be happening in the water?
Well, unfortunately, this Memorial Day weekend fell on a recipe for rip currents, and that is we have a full moon, which is a strong gravitational pull, an onshore wind with the tide going out about the time that the people like to come to the beach. So with that, look around in your areas, go online. If you're going to visit an area you're not familiar with, find out where the lifeguards are and look for flag warnings or siren warnings, and please pay attention.
Wyatt, you're in the water now. What happens if you find yourself caught in the rip current? What should a swimmer do?
Well, the number one thing a swimmer should do if you are caught in a rip current is do not panic. Try to stay calm, wait for some help, and then if you can, swim either parallel, left or right, north or south out of the current till you can get to a higher ground and then make your way back in.
Is there a depth of water that is still okay to be in? Like, can we go in knee deep? Like, how deep is too deep where the rip current is going to actually drag us out?
Well, that can vary. The problem is people could be standing on a sandbar in 1 minute, and the next minute they drop off into the rip current. So again, it's going back to being educated and knowing where the rip currents are. And what we have that I like to tell people that's kind of an identifier is the areas where the water seems to come up higher, and on each side of that, the people sitting there stay dry. Is that area where that water's coming up is where it's deeper, and that's going to be your rip current. Just an identifier, just to walk out and see that. That's one thing. The other thing is look for the rip current warning signs. In a lot of cases, lifeguards will put flags up on either side of that rip current, so be aware.
Great advice. Wyatt Warnath, we thank you so much for joining us tonight. Really important information as a lot of people head to those beaches. I want to keep everybody safe and enjoy it. Thanks.
Guys.